Hi, I'm Mark Cumbest with Cumbest Realty, and you're watching Up the River with TJ and Norman. And by the way, thanks for the new sign, guys.
Hey everybody, this is TJ Golson.
And I'm Norman Cupid.
And we're here with you up the river. We just wanted to say a quick word of thanks to our sponsors for making this all possible. Want to say a quick word of thanks to International Welding and Fabrication.
We'd like to thank the East Central Civic Association.
Mark Cumbest and his folks at Cumbest Realty.
We'd like to thank Farmer Supply.
Heritage Funeral Home.
Sassy's Restaurant.
And Suncoast Auto Sales. Great show about beautiful people, beautiful place, and all these folks have made it possible. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Farmer Supply Company has been serving South Mississippi since 1940 with acres of John Deere inventory and reliable service. And we can get you where you want to go on the 5000 series tractors and XUV Gators.
Right now, you can buy the 5000 series tractors with 0% financing for 60 months and Gators with 4.99% financing. And you can bet you won't find this offer anywhere else.
Wouldn't you really rather drive a John Deere?
Go Green! At Farmer Supply, Moss Point and Loosedale.
Howdy, and welcome to Up the River. Today, we're coming from the old Cumbest Sawmill in downtown Wade, Mississippi.
This sawmill serves as the major reference point when people are telling people how to get to Wade, Mississippi. It's a big blue building. You've driven by it 10,000 times, and today we're going to learn a little more about its history, why it's so important to this community.
In fact, we're going to be doing some talking to the brothers Cumbest, Elvis and Lum. They're going to tell us about the history of this place, which is indeed fascinating. The history of not only this mill, but this entire area. They had a lot to do with the lumber boom in decades past here.
Stick around. We'll come right back and talk about the sawmill. Hey folks, I'm TJ Golson with Channel 19's original show Up the River. I'd like to introduce you to our newest sponsors and my good friends over at International Welding and Fabrication. Keith Ray and his team have been providing top quality commercial and industrial welding and fabrication services to the Gulf Coast since 1992 with a perfect safety record. Call them today at 474-9353 or go see them about halfway up the river at 11401 Highway 63 just north of I-10.
And as promised, we're back here with the Cumbest brothers, Lum and Elvis, and they're going to tell us a little bit about how all this came about.
Mr. Elvis, you said you guys started way before you even got to this point. How did the whole lumber business come into being for y'all? I know that's a long story, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a long time ago too.
We got a half hour. Just go at it.
We in our 80s. See, Lum's he's in what, you 84?
I'll be 85 next month.
85, and I'm 81. And
y'all worked sawmill since you were 3, 4?
Well, just
not quite.
We'll go way back. But actually,
we did a long time. We started off in the grocery business, didn't we?
Yeah, that and the decoys.
Yeah, duck decoys. I forgot that.
Thriving market for duck decoys here in South Mississippi.
Yeah, we started.
Were you making them or just selling them?
Our mother painted in the paint shop, and that was our house right there. We built, back in the, was it late 30s or early 40s? We built that house.
You mean the office there?
Yeah.
No, that was in, let's see.
His memory's better than mine.
It was the 50s.
Huh?
50s.
Was it in the 50s, early 50s?
When I was in service, and don't remember exactly when they started, but I know when I came home in 46, they were living in it. So,
was this sawmill here in 46?
Yeah, this particular. We burned in 65.
Okay.
The mill we had operating at that time caught on fire in the middle of the day. Beautiful day, as pretty as it could be. And a spark got in the shade. We had a big building out there, the shavings. We blew from the planer mill down in it for fuel. And the spark got in there some way, set that thing on fire. And I was up at just above Castle Springs Church with a dozer operator I had up there. And I looked back down this way, and I kept watching that smoke, and I realized that that wasn't a natural
Not
smoke.
a good thing to see.
So I told him, his name is Gaines Pierce. I said, Gaines, I'm going to run check on that smoke. I'll be back in a minute. And I got out here. The mill was on fire. And everybody was doing all they could to stop it.
Right.
It wasn't no stopping.
But that
it.
didn't
A shaving house. We had a big house that we blowed shavings from the planer mill. Is a pipeline down to the shaving house, and it was a fire. It was a big. It's a, what was it? A 20 by 30. That shaving house, 30 foot.
Oh, it was high, yeah.
Well, see, y'all have something in common with Norman. He burned a barn down too.
But I was 12 when I done that.
And it didn't
And that
cost
was
him.
from playing
It
with
didn't cost
matches.
you a few $1,000s.
No,
So-
no.
Well, how did
It cost me
the,
several stripes
How
that
did
I still
you-
carry. But
how did you get involved in the lumber business? And tell me about when you started, how many folks you employed, and how long y'all operated here.
Well, we had a lot of ups and downs. My dad was running 5 mills at one time.
In this area, Mr. Long?
Yeah, well, in George County. We had one at Bendale, was the farthest from the way. It was a cypress mill. And I think maybe I'm going to do a little guessing, but I won't be far off. But possibly a total of 85 employees was the maximum.
90. We had 90 at one time.
Okay, well,
That's a large number for such a small community, as small as this
one but
community was.
92 people in the community.
There you go.
A lot of places
So
to be at one,
their workforce was
to
pooled
be at
from here.
one
That's-
time.
tell me this, just the basic procedure in lumber and the way it came in trees on trucks,
Or
obviously.
logs, yeah.
Well, it all started in duck decoys.
Yeah.
We was in the store business, and we had a duck decoy mill right across the road.
It was
The
right
store
up there.
was on one side of the road where Dennis run the store for a long time, and the duck decoy. With Daddy started a little duck mill. We used to get big gum butts out of the swamp that would float good.
I used to date a girl like that. I used to date a girl that had a big old gum butt.
Norman says that's just nonsense. You have to ignore it. I do.
And that brings us to today's essentialism, gum butt. That is the lower portion, the bottom trunk of a gum tree used in making duck decoys, not to be confused with the healthy derriere of a good corn-fed essential girl.
So y'all started cutting the gum butts.
Gum, that's right.
That's the new word of the day.
Yeah, well, that's
And then
the trunk of the tree.
So whose idea? Who said, "Hey, you know what? This will make a great decoy."
No, they'd been making them in Pascagoula for a long time.
And Pascagoula was the capital of decoys, wooden decoys.
Who would have known we had the corner on that market?
Indeed,
There were about 4 plants there, and made the best too.
And I guess those all shipped out.
Yeah,
Porterman,
all over the country.
Animal Trap, all them. Yeah, they played out before we stayed. Yeah.
So y'all went through that market. Did it have its run before you decided to get into big lumber?
No,
Or you
no.
just-
What happened is Dad had a little sawmill here, cutting those gum butts for the block.
More came on.
And for the decoy blocks, they had to be 8 by 16s, I believe, something. Then you turn them on a turning lathe and make the body. And he loved sawmill. He just loved wood, and so he got together with the Delmas family, who owned where Chevron is today. The Delmas family owned that land out there, or had a lease on it, and Daddy got together with them to cut the pine and sawmill the pine logs for lumber. And he built a little mill right across from Chevron, and on Mr. Ladner's site, home, and he had a big place there. He stayed there a while and still running the decoy plant up here and in the store. And then we moved to up on Lake Avenue, Krebs Avenue, on Lake Avenue, to Mr. Roy and Krebs' sawmill. He had a mill up there, but he wasn't using it. And it was under a roof. The one we had at Microsoft wasn't covered.
Yeah, it was a big mill too.
Yeah, and
Mr. Krebs, I remember Mr. Krebs was old, senile. That's the old man Krebs, and he was old when we moved there. Roy's mill, Roy and Leo Krebs' mill. Yeah.
Elvis said he was old when God was a boy.
Again, you just have to ignore Norman. Just it'll go away soon enough. Well, look, Mr. Lum, Mr. Elvis, tell us what happened here. Give us the rundown. Trucks come in. You said you pulled them from way over there.
Yeah.
With
They came in up here.
Okay.
At the weight shack.
That little green building there.
Wait a minute. That was after we quit scaling,
Yeah.
and put in scales. We'd go yonder and weigh them.
You had a man there, and then the truck. You direct the truck down through here.
Down through here,
Come
yeah.
out here. Well,
We used all this for a yard, log yard.
Okay.
All this down here was
and
log
down
yard,
there, too.
all down there, and planer mill was way up there.
So
Now, this machine,
this is called a debarker. This is a debarker.
That's an outfit.
Hourglass rolls that rolls from the debarker into it and from.
Okay.
and it skint the
That's
bark
outfeed roll.
off the tree.
Now, so this is not a canine debarker, folks. This is a log debarker. And I know some of you want one for your personal use in your neighborhood, but this is not. But that was the first step in the process. We want to come back in a minute, kind of walk through the rest of that, get a little more history about the Cumbest brothers and the Lum Cumbest Sawmill, the Elvis Cumbest Sawmill, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hello friends, Gary here with Suncoast Auto Sales and Service. I just want you to know that this year we're breaking out of the box with a brand new program. We have upgraded all of our inventory to newer, lower mileage stuff, and the biggest addition of all is our 5-year, 100,000 mile service contract available on cars that we sell. Remember, good credit, bad credit, no credit, we guarantee to get her done. So come on down and meet the gang and let us help get you into your new car.
At Heritage Funeral Home, personalization is priority. That's what makes our staff exceptional. From the time you call or come through our doors, we are committed to ensuring yours is a personal experience. That's important when dealing with the most difficult time of your life. From fulfilling unique wishes to respecting defined budgets, our staff is sensitive to the specific desires of grieving families. Personalization is priority because people are priority at Heritage Funeral Home.
Hi, I'm Mark Cumbest, broker-owner of Cumbest Realty. Since 1975, Cumbest Realty has served South Mississippi with award-winning real estate service. Whether it be residential, commercial, industrial, or land, large or small, we can help you in the buying or selling process. Let the professional sales team of Cumbest Realty put our 143 years of combined real estate experience to work for you. Call us at 228-588-6213 or visit us online at cumbestrealty.com and see the great selection of listings we have available for you. We at Cumbest Realty want to thank all of our loyal clients and customers who have made our success possible over the years. Contact us today and let us show you the Cumbest Realty difference. There's never been a better time to buy.
Hey there, we're back at the sawmill in Wade, Mississippi, owned and operated for many, many years by the Cumbest brothers that we have with us today, Lum and Elvis. And Norman, we're in a filing room.
We are in the filing room, what used to be the filing room, and when one thinks of a filing room, I would think of filing cabinets and manila folders. However, this was used, the filing room was where the saw blades were sharpened, where the bandsaw blades were sharpened. Therefore, it was a saw filing room.
All right.
Mr. Lum, can you tell us a little bit about how it worked?
Yeah, well, the circle saw, which cut the log to start with, is over to our right here. And then the bandsaw was right behind us. We had a bandsaw and a circle saw. And when one of them get dull, you'd stop the mill, take it off, bring it in here, and you had 2 people in here, one all the time, and sometimes 2, that would file those saws, get them ready, put them in the go rack right out there, and
if you were running hard and steady, how long would a blade last usually?
about 4 hours old.
Yes, it run 4 hours. We had 3 filing circle saw filers in here because you hit nails. When you start hitting nails, they go all through the operation and just wreck it all.
And it's important. I mean, essentially, the blades were the life of the operation.
Oh,
if the
yeah,
blades weren't good, your operation's not efficient.
Right.
I have run a circle saw most of the day.
Good.
Most of the day.
If you were in good wood and no nails, you could go a while longer.
Yeah.
And we also sharpened the planer knives, the knives in the planer that dresses the lumber and makes it smooth. We had a place right here that they'd bring the knives down and the saw filer would catch it.
You know there'll be people that watch this episode and go, wow, I hated the filing room. But it was obviously an integral part of the operation here.
Important.
And
That was my office right there.
this is where people did not want to be.
You didn't want to
You
get
don't
called.
want to be called into Mr. Elvis's office.
Yeah, no.
They,
I bet it was the coolest place on the yard. Was it the coolest place on the yard?
Not really.
Tell me this, we were just talking about the old whistle at the old mill. And what was the point of the whistle? What
That's
what
the
was
work. That was your clock you worked by.
What time did it go off? I mean,
At 7 o'clock in the morning.
Was there
5
one-
to 7. Then
was there one earlier though? It also served as what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
it was one
served
at
as
6.
an alarm clock for the workers who lived
Yeah.
within hearing distance.
Yeah.
That clock went off at 6. You didn't have to set your alarm. The mill whistle went off at 6 a.m. You got up. It went off again at 6:55.
Yeah.
So that lets you know you had 5 minutes to get here.
That was the final sugar
No,
as you
they
awoke
here.
from Mr. Elvis.
and
I drove a lot of nights away from home during Christmas to blow that sawmill whistle at 12 o'clock. I look forward to that.
4th of July.
Yeah, on holidays.
Midnight, 12 o'clock midnight, we'd blow the sawmill.
It just really shows what an integral piece of history that this sawmill was, down to the whistle, down to what kept time in this community.
Indeed.
And it's just really neat to hear about it and understand it.
You could hear this sawmill whistle at Wade High School. And
When there was a Wade High School.
That was over on
Yeah, when
614,
that was
several miles up the road. Brother Mark Cumbest was just giving us a little technical advice and telling us about remembering working here from his junior high school days through his college years, and worked here at the mill. I don't guess he had a choice in the matter, but he said the whistle rang at noon, and that was for lunch, and it was never long enough. It rang again at 12:30.
Seemed now that whistle was always a little short.
It was always a little short. It seemed like 30 minutes for lunch.
Well, look, we're going to take another quick break for our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
I'm Mickey Williams with Merchants and Marine Bank. We offer competitive interest rates on our construction, commercial, and consumer loans. Why not stop in today and consult with one of our personal bankers who can assist you in accomplishing your goals?
Today is the day to take advantage of falling mortgage rates. Why not lock in a rate without delay on a new home purchase or refinance?
Hometown people, we're hometown people that you know.
Hello friends, Gary here with Suncoast Auto Sales and Service. I just want you to know that this year we're breaking out of the box with a brand new program. We have upgraded all of our inventory to newer, lower mileage stuff, and the biggest addition of all is our 5-year, 100,000 mile service contract available on cars that we sell. Remember, good credit, bad credit, no credit, we guarantee to get her done. So come on down and meet the gang and let us help get you into your new car.
Welcome back. What we're looking at right now, this is the drying keel where the lumber was dried and cured. And the way it worked is there was a pipe going to steam boilers way over there. The steam came through. There were 12 60-inch fans in the top of the building. All the lumber was stacked in here. Those 60-inch fans running constantly with that steam heat coming in assured that every piece of lumber, there was no dead areas. It all got equal amounts of heat and dried out and cured properly. And Lum had told me that if it was a particularly brutal winter and it was really cold at home, you could just come stay the night up here back in the day and keep plenty warm.
It's a good kill. It wasn't a real big kill, but it was a good one. We dried a lot of lumber for Ingalls back on those submarines years ago.
I'll be.
It had to be right, We built the thing to where you could control it.
Right. What was the average temperature you'd keep it at?
I would be guessing, but it was on up high. I would hate to say it. When I walked by and looked at it 1,000 times. We have gauges and so on that side to kill, big ones. You didn't have to go in, you just go to the door and look.
Unfortunately, you don't have to know now what the temperature was. You did then, and you did indeed know.
Yeah, we checked it pretty often.
And I was just corrected a moment ago. My brother Mark, our technical advisor, Mark Cumbest explained to me that we are not in Wade per se, but we are in the middle of downtown Cumbest Bluff. Named that since 1832, if I'm not mistaken.
For more information on how you can become a sponsor of Channel 19, please log on to our website, coastprojectmedia.com. Watch archived episodes of all of our local shows and be sure to tune in weeknights at 6 p.m. for an inside look into what's taking place in Jackson County. Coast Project Media, Channel 19, your local television station. Any good history lesson in this day and age is often told with pictures, and we have a few that Mark Cumbest compiled for the day today, and we're going to go through just a couple, hopefully show you a few on the screen as these gentlemen talk about it and educate us on what we're seeing. But I think it'd be neat for you to look at some of these pictures as well. So, Norman, lead us into this one.
This one is a picture of the old mill, which burnt May 17th, 1965.
The day that Mark Cumbest received a paddling at East Central High School for missing a ball that eventually went through the band hall window. And he said the spark from that
wasn't
ignited.
Quite as tragic as what happened at the mill, but in this photo, on the left-hand end, you'll see the crane that was used to drag the lumber into the mill. Just to the right of the crane, that's the whistle we were talking about. It was a 300-pound brass whistle. And where did it come from originally?
Dantzler Lumber Company, Moss Point.
I will be. Now, I also noticed on the far right end of that picture, that dozer.
That's an old TD-14.
I love it. These men know their dozers. Look at this thing. It's got lifter arms for the blade in the front and everything.
Elvis and I bought that new in Mobile at Brooklyn Field.
That's one of those steam-powered dozers that you burnt wood and coal to make it run, right?
Just almost. Not worth a flip.
Oh. It's a beauty.
I'm the only one to drive it.
Well, next picture, if y'all don't mind, can you tell us who this is? Can you tell us who this is?
Oh, yeah, that's my father, Roy Cumbest, holding Mark.
Holding Mark Cumbest. This is Elvis and Lum's father, Roy Cumbest, who started the duck mill and the lumber mill. And I'm going to just flip through several pictures. There's several beauty shots of Elvis here, and I'm not sure how much the world can handle.
Look,
Elvis in the mill.
That's cute, isn't it?
And a lot of these are great shots of the mill and that how it ran. What was that?
This will be just prior to going into the kiln, I would think.
I will assume so. Loaders running everywhere, And I remember seeing a lot of this activity going on when I first moved down to this part of the world, right up the road. Now this is a beautiful shot. We're going to have to come back to that. Now, can you tell us who in the world that is?
Elvis will tell you that.
Who was this, Elvis?
It looks like a guy saying,
That's a very
"Where's my
efficient
money?
gentleman."
Where is the lumber?"
It looks like a man mad at somebody behind his desk here.
Well, it's been a great day with both of you, Mr. Lum, Mr. Elvis. We want to thank you for spending the time with us and helping us to educate folks around here on what this sawmill has always been to this community. I want to thank you for your support of the community, and I just thought this was a story that needed to get out there, Norman.
Indeed, I agree with you, brother.
Well, I wish we could have covered it totally, you know, and well, there's a lot more to it.
When they
I'm
give us
sure.
that 3-day special, we'll get into it a little more. But we want
to thank you and Norman and the studio for taking the time to show this off. We love this, and we love to do it.
Well, it's great.
In time.
And a very good point, Mr. Elvis. Coast Project Media is a major supporter of this community. We hope that you'll support them. Go to coastprojectmedia.com. You can see this and all of our episodes. And once again, thank you. We're Norman TJ, and we're up the river today with Lum and Elvis Cumbest at the sawmill. Thank y'all. We'll see you next week.
Thanks a lot.